Good Tuesday evening, May 20th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A division of waste management that serves Douglas County has been fined more than $152,000 by the state's Utilities and Transportation Commission. Residents of Washington State's 12th Legislative District are invited to a town hall next month to hear from their elected officials. Our temperatures will get back to normal through the week with a big warm-up into the 80s this Memorial Day weekend. All the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. One of the men charged in a riot that took place inside the Chelan County Regional Justice Center last fall has pleaded guilty in the case. Isaac Alfonso Elias Mata, age 31, entered a plea to a charge of prison riot Monday in Chelan County Court and was sentenced to 6 more months in jail. Last November, Mata was one of 2 people charged with participating in an uprising in one detention pod of the jail after there was no soda and ice cream served with dinner as expected. Mata has since been released from jail and must report to begin his new jail sentence 1 month from today. The other detainee, Lance Matthew Purser, remains in custody on prior charges while he awaits his trial date coming up in July. Police say a 19-year-old Bridgeport man has been named as the primary suspect in a gunfire incident Friday in East Wenatchee. It happened near the intersection of 3rd Street Northeast and North Georgia Avenue when shots were fired during an altercation involving a group of about 10 people. Police made 9 arrests that night, including that of Alexander Flores Aguilar, allegedly pointed out by witnesses as the person firing a black handgun. No one was injured in the chaos. Douglas County Court records show 4 adults and 5 juveniles were taken into custody. Charges have been filed or are pending against 3 of the youths in juvenile court. Flores Aguilar remains jailed on $25,000 bond and faces a possible charge of gross misdemeanor criminal mischief. Prosecutors could file that count later this week. School districts in Chelan County are seeing a major loss in funding after a federal program was not reauthorized by Congress. The Secure Rural Schools program provides money to counties for schools, road maintenance, and other services from funds generated by timber production or grazing on U.S. Forest Service land. Without reauthorization, the Forest Service was required to lower SRS payments to states. Last fiscal year, Chelan County received over $1.1 million in funding from the program, while this fiscal year the county only received a little over $98,000. Wenatchee is the school district most impacted by the cuts, losing about $276,000, and the distribution to the county's roads and natural resources budgets will decrease by over $579,000. A division of waste management that serves Douglas County has been fined more than $152,000 by the State Utilities and Transportation Commission. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports the solid waste collection company is being fined for 254 violations after an investigation found it violated state law by providing monthly service to 25 local customers rather than the twice-monthly service required. Waste management must pay half of the total penalty within 10 days of the order, which will officially be issued May 22nd. The other half is waived so long as Waste Management does not commit any similar violations in the next 2 years. The company must also conduct audits and file a report with the state to ensure compliance. When we come back, the Community Foundation of North Central Washington is awarded $144,000 from its new Okanagan Legacy Fund grant program. And the price of a Washington State Discover Pass is going up for the first time in more than 10 years. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
The Community Foundation of North Central Washington is awarded $144,000 from its new Okanagan Legacy Fund grant program. It's going to 37 nonprofits in Okanagan County. The program is funded through donations and overseen by a local advisory board comprised of various community volunteers. Out of 51 applicants, 37 nonprofits were awarded funds. In total, $33,000 was given to arts and culture nonprofits, $23,000 to environment and animal welfare, another $23,000 to education and youth development, and $65,000 to health and human service organizations. Residents of Washington State's 12th Legislative District are invited to a town hall next month to hear from their elected officials. State Senator Keith Gaynor and Representatives Mike Steele and Brian Burnett will come together in Kashmir on June 4th. The event will provide a summary of the 2025 legislative session, updates on key issues affecting the 12th District, and attendees will get a chance to ask questions and share concerns with the legislators. Main topics include the state budget, tax increases, transportation funding, education, and other items. The event will take place at the Kashmir Riverside Center from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Starting this holiday weekend, your excursion into the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest will be cashless. Public lands under the U.S. Forest Service are transitioning away from check-in stations where outdoor visitors drop cash payments to buy a permit. Instead, they'll rely on payments through the recreation.gov mobile app. Once a user scans a QR code, the app allows for digital payments at recreation sites, including campgrounds, trailheads, and day-use areas throughout the National Forest. Forest Service says once loaded into a smartphone, the app is designed to work offline in areas without cellular or Wi-Fi access. Visitors will still be able to use recreation passes such as the America the Beautiful and Northwest Forest Pass. The price of a Washington State Discover Pass is going up for the first time in more than 10 years. Governor Bob Ferguson signed legislation last week to raise the costs of the pass from $30 to $45 starting in October. The Discover Pass grants a year's parking access to Washington State Parks, Fish and Wildlife, and Department of Natural Resources land. The State Parks Office says the move was brought on by Washington's multi-billion-dollar budget shortfall. It should increase the revenue from the pass program from $6.8 million this year to $10.4 million in 2035. Coming up next, 3 relatives have opened 3 independent shops at the Side Street Business Complex in Kashmir. We'll have more coming up in tonight's feature story. Expect a slow warm-up the rest of this week with unseasonably warm temperatures this Memorial Day weekend. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So relax, it's done.
It's the Click It RV Moses Lake Pre-Memorial Day Sales event with huge manufacturers discounts from Forest River, StarCraft, and more. Get 0 down financing and no payment for 90 days. And get top dollar for your trade. And as our way of saying thank you, active military and veterans get a $500 parts and service card.
And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash.
And get a 65-inch TV with every purchase. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. Don't miss the Click It RV Moses Lake Pre-Memorial Day Sales event, May 18th to the 30th.
In tonight's feature story, 3 relatives have opened 3 independent shops at the Side Street Business Complex in Cashmere. The owners of Cashmere Records, Brassbound Collective, and Understory Bookshop are all part of the same extended family. They've launched their businesses alongside one another. For some, working alongside relatives might drive them apart. These 3 say the experience has only drawn them closer.
As our relationship in terms of where we lie in the siblings, we're next to each other. And growing up, we were mostly like the youngest. So we were like best friends most of our lives. And honestly, I don't think much has changed. We're older and wiser, but we still crack the same kind of jokes and still have the same dynamic.
We met working at an outlet mall together in Texas. And I was his manager.
Mm-hmm. She was the boss.
I was the boss. And that was 13 years ago. We got married like 2.5 years ago.
I feel like we've always gotten along. I don't remember there ever being a time that we weren't.
I think we've always gotten along, like just easy friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mary and I have always had a very similar personality, so it makes sense to me that that they would get along really well because, you know, obviously she's somewhat of a fan of my personality.
Yeah. And I feel like John's always been braver than I am. Sorry.
I love you.
I love you. I've always been very inspired to be around them. They just naturally are incredibly creative, amazing people, and they've always just, I think just seeing them be themselves and live very authentically allowed me permission to realize that I could also lean into that creativity and be more myself.
So I've been finding pretty often that customers are coming in groups, as they do, and I'll have someone in the record store that is like, oh, I'm the book friend, or I'm the book one, you know, they're the record one, and vice versa, you know, which I think it helps having them really close, but I think we're starting to realize that our customers are either living together, in a relationship together, siblings together, or friends, you know.
I feel like maybe with them being so close and you can see essentially every part of both stores from either one, that it, I think, keeps that in people's minds. While they're in one, they're also being like, oh, there's probably something in the other as well that I can go look at.
We have ride or dies. No matter what needs to be done, it's like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing, and that's something that people have, I'm sure, come across that in business, met someone who would go like that, but I doubt that it's very often. And in our particular case, that was priceless. If siblings or family members have an idea, then yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It depends on the people in the dynamic. We all work very hard to communicate well and to respect each other's different mindsets, different approaches, different working styles, even different communication styles. And that's messy.
Yeah.
It's messy and, scrappy sometimes, but at the end of the day, like we're all working for the greater good and working on how we treat each other and interact with each other and working on that work relationship as we go. And if you're not doing that, then I wouldn't recommend it at all, because the passion of family and stuff, if you aren't focusing on those things, you'll probably just end up screaming at each other and the store will never get open,
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast, and hope you had a great Tuesday. It'll kind of a mixed bag out there. Some breezy conditions once again, clouds in the Wenatchee area, but boy, up in upper elevations, looking out at our tower camera up at Lake Wenatchee, you can see some scattered showers up in western Chelan County, and we did see that scattered throughout our viewing area today, but all in all, a mix of clouds and sun. And boy, I'll tell you, as we get into the Memorial Day weekend, it is going to be beautiful. In fact, you see mountain showers Friday and then panhandle showers Saturday. That's more for eastern Washington, Idaho panhandle. We are just going to be nice both Friday and Saturday. Temperatures mid-Friday, Saturday, upper 70s on Saturday. And look at this as we get into the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Sunday, we're talking low to mid 80s. And by Memorial Day itself on Monday, temperatures solidly into those mid 80s. And we'll tell you all about that coming up here in a bit. High temperature unofficially today, 66 degrees, 7 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. 73 is our normal high. 92 our record high temperature, and for the second day in a row was set in 2023. 45 this morning our low, 50 is our normal low temperature, and 35 our record that was set in 1971. Sunrise 5:18 and the sun sets tonight at 8:38. All right, getting you into those Wednesday temperatures, a little bit of a warm up, and this kind of starts us off with a warming trend. Almost 70 for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. Upper 60s, Ellensburg into Wenatchee. A little cooler for Eniat and Chelan, and up into Omak at 67, 64 in Lake Wenatchee, and mid to upper 60s for both Leavenworth and Cashmere tomorrow afternoon. Tonight we can expect partly cloudy skies. There's an area of low pressure trying to push on shore, but high pressure is keeping that out in the ocean for now anyway. A little weak cold front's moving through, and that'll bring some mountain showers tonight. Breezy for us with low temperatures on the cool side again into the mid 40s. For Wednesday, mostly sunny skies. That area of low pressure will just bring some high clouds into north central Washington tomorrow. Not a bad day at all with high temperatures in the upper 60s, and it just gets warmer from there. For Thursday, partly cloudy skies. We'll see warmer temperatures, highs in the low 70s. We're going to see a lot of those high clouds the next couple of days, so anywhere from partly cloudy to mostly sunny in our forecast. Friday, mostly sunny skies, and here we go. Here's our big ridge beginning to build and a very strong southwesterly flow of warm air moving our way. See seasonal highs on Friday, back to where we should be into the low 70s to end our week. For Saturday, once again, just some high clouds out there. We will warm up into the mid and upper 70s to kick off our Memorial Day weekend, and it's going to warm up even more. Sunday, lots of sunshine once again as well. High pressure firmly over the western United States on Sunday. Highs, low 80s as we get to Sunday, and Memorial Day Monday, just beautiful. Get those barbecues ready. It's going to be a nice one. We will see lots of sunshine sunshine as we get into the holiday Monday. Unseasonably warm as that ridge is still up into British Columbia. Mostly sunny, as I mentioned, on your holiday with high temperatures then into the mid-80s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 44 overnight tonight. Mostly sunny and nice tomorrow with a high of 68. A few more clouds moving in on Thursday and 72. And then a couple of mostly sunny days Friday into Saturday. 73 Friday, 76 on Saturday. And look at Sunday and Monday. Mostly sunny to sunny skies both days. 81 your high Sunday and 85 the high temperature on Monday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
Well, a good Tuesday to you. Luis Castillo was at his best, pitching 7 scoreless innings in Seattle's 5-1 win over Chicago last night. Castillo had all his pitches working as he struck out 5 over 7 innings, allowing 3 hits, not a single walk, improved his record of 4-3 on the season. Julio also hit his 2nd grand slam of his career to provide the margin in the victory in the 8th inning.
Hit hard on the ground through the right side. Williamson being waved in. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. Throw to third to get Crawford. He is safe at third base, and Jorge Polanco pushes across the first run of the ball game. It's 1-0 Mariners in the 3rd inning. Line drive left field. Arozarena dives, and Randy Arozarena shows proof. He makes the catch. As we went to break, Will Venable and the White Sox have challenged that catch by Arozarena in left field. They feel the ball hit the ground, or at least they're hoping that that's the case. Here's a closer look. Ooh. And does he have control of the ball?
After review, the call on the field stands. It is a catch. Chicago will lose their talent.
Jumps all over it. We saw that in spring training too from him.
Out to left field, clobbered deep and gone. Grand slam. Julio takes it deep and clears them off.
And Goldie, this was a pitcher's duel up into the 8th inning. Couple hanging sliders, loaded bases. Julio gets a pitch, middle of the plate. We know he's swinging early and often. Line drive into left field.
Vaughn lines into center field, coming on is Rodriguez, and it falls in front. The Sox get on the board. It is 5-1 here in this 9th inning.
2 outs, bags packed. He got a Munoz, doesn't break a sweat. The Mariners win it tonight 5-1. They open the road trip winning the first 4 games with the pitching carrying the mail, and now the Mariners have matched a season best 8 games over 500.
Root Sports Northwest Brad Adam caught up with Julio after the final out to discuss his grand slam.
bases loaded situation, you're trying to just hit a fly ball, get one in, and you hit a fly ball pretty far, get them all in?
I mean, honestly, that's literally what I was trying to do, just kind of get one in, give us a little bit of cushion, in that later in the game. Obviously, we're on the road right now. Anything could happen, just saw like at the end right there. But, I just try to stay within myself and just try to put the ball in play.
First pitch swinging again on that grand slam. You've done that a lot this year. What's the reason behind being so aggressive early?
I mean, I'm just, ready to swing. I'm just ready to swing. I don't want to let anybody settle in on my at bat. I think I take a lot of pride in that, just being an aggressive hitter early and obviously in the zone. But yeah, that's just me. I don't want to let the pitchers get comfortable on me.
It certainly worked this year. You've been doing very well with that first pitch swinging. Hey, from center field, watching Luis Castillo and the run on his fastball tonight, I've never seen anything like it from him. What from your standpoint?
I mean, obviously it was awesome. Louis, he was on cruise control. Just believing in his stuff, and it was awesome just to see him out there, locked in and just kind of going after hitters.
You guys have the best road record in the major leagues. Is there some feeling that you guys have on the road, the camaraderie, the clubhouse? Is something that you like playing on the road, or just having success lately?
Nothing in particular, man. We're just locked in for every single game and just trying to bring the best attitude that we have and trying to win that ball game. Just having that. I guess on the road we play pretty good too.
Hey, we talked to Logan Gerber, last question, and he's been dealing with the Triton a lot, handing the Triton out a lot because he's, on the IL. And he also says, I don't know if you know this, but he says that he takes it and he kind of pretends to be one of you guys, so he can kind of feel that crowd. Do you know that?
Oh, for sure. We for sure do. He's loving attention right now.
Fantastic. Hey, we appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. Keep giving him opportunities for the Triton, Julio. We appreciate the time. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Dan Wilson was particularly pleased with the outing by Luis Castillo and happy to get Seattle's 4th win in a row.
Just attacked the zone. I thought his his two-seamer was really good tonight. He's, when you look at an outing like this, he had everything going, and attacked the zone, got ahead early, controlled the count on most of the hitters, and I thought was that's exactly what we needed from him, and great to get that from Luis. Some great defense behind him. I thought the catch, that Randy made in left field was a really good catch. Even though that was later in the game. Offensively, not much going on, but able to get a couple more runs late. I think adding on there with Julio's grand slam, was huge, and I thought that was a great at bat, getting up there, being ready and putting a good swing on that pitch, and it just like I said, good game all around, offensively, defensively, and on the mound, and a nice job by our guys again tonight.
Two teams were scheduled to play the second game of the 3-game series today on Root Sports Northwest. There is rain in the forecast, so we'll see about that. Seattle's lead in the American League West remains at 2.5 games over Houston as the Astros won last night, downing Tampa Bay 4-3. Athletics fell into a last-place tie with the Angels after L.A. knocked them off last night 4-3. They're both 6 games back. The first round of several state soccer tournaments takes center stage today and tonight. Wenatchee and Eastmont play in the state 4A tournament with the Panthers hosting Olympia in the Apple Bowl. The Wildcats are on the road at number 1 Tahoma. Now, if they both win tonight, they'd face each other in the second round coming up this weekend. Quincy has one more day to prepare for its first round game in the state 2A tournament. Jackrabbits will play at North Kitsap tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Brewster's home in the first round of the State 1A 2B tournament, hosting Connell. Cashmere, meanwhile, is on the road at Kings High School to face Bush tonight at 7 o'clock. Cascades off till Friday when they'll face Raymond South Bend in Mount Tahoma High School. Well, we learned yesterday that no matter what happens this weekend with the Bighorns in Montana, they'll host a TBL play-in game next Tuesday. Second place Bighorns will host third place Seattle in a playoff play-in game at Wenatchee Valley College Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The winner will advance to the face Great Falls in the best of 3 playoffs for the Pacific Northwest Division Championship. NCWLIFE will broadcast Tuesday's game with Grant Olson on the call, beginning with our pregame at 6:45. That's Check of Sports News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
The pitch by Busich. Swung on a miss. Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball is back on the NCWLIFE channel. Watch as they take on the Yakima Valley Pippins Friday, May 30th. Coverage brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Your exclusive television home for Apple Sox baseball is the NCWLIFE channel.